Okay, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Kyle again. I had to make a video tonight on tonight's Raw, a Raw review, because I just thought Raw was just that good tonight. I thought Raw was a really good show tonight. So to kick things off, Raw opened up with the 10-minute segment or whatever. Triple H comes out and calling out Kevin Nash and telling him why he lied to him the week before about the whole car accident. But CM Punk comes out instead, and Punk, once again, talking trash and Triple H or whatever, and saying he used to call time and text messages to Nash and stuff like that. And then Nash finally comes out and really talks back to Triple H and gives Triple H a little piece of his mind. And then Triple H tells Nash to leave and this time never come back. Excuse me. And Kevin Nash just tells Triple H last week John Laurinaitis signed me onto an exclusive contract, so I'm now higher talent now. I now work for the WWE, and said make the match official, me and CM Punk against Night of Champions. And so Triple H is not Triple H, but CM Punk was really funny when he made the reference and point, says, "Oh great, the Click is getting back together." Woo, he says it's funny how that's the exact same sound the remote control makes when people see Nash on television. Click, 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 and it's also the same sounds your knees make, Kevin, when you walk. Click, click, click. Just funny stuff, just genius stuff that Punk always does when he's on the mic. And he even cut at, Triple H and telling Triple H that, Stephanie wears the pants in relationship of their marriage, and he just wears the panties. It's just really funny stuff. You can tell Triple H looked really pissed, his facial expression. So Triple H makes the match official, Kevin Nash versus CM Punk at Night of Champions pay-per-view. And after that, we get to see the first match of the night, which is Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler. In my opinion, best match of the night, the match that I think really kept me, as a viewer, glued into what was happening, of what was next to come for the entire show. This match went on for at least 15, 20 minutes. Dolph Ziggler going back and forth with Randy Orton. Toe-to-toe. There were even, certain spots in the match where I thought Randy Orton was actually going to lose to Dolph Ziggler. But like I said, best match of the night, great match. Dolph Ziggler, in my opinion, just keeps getting better and better and better. He's one of my picks as a featured breakout star in WWE. And to give you guys a heads up, that'll be a video I'll do sometime later this week, where I will give you guys a list of who I pick as my picks as top breakout stars in the WWE. I like to call them my picks, and Dolph Ziggler is one of my picks. I've picked him since last year. I saw potential in Dolph Ziggler. But moving on from that, after that great match, I'm trying to think if there was something else. I think maybe there was a segment, I'm not sure, maybe after that match or something like that. But when Raw came back on, you had the match between CM Punk and, you had a match between CM Punk and The Miz. This was another pretty, lengthy, long match. Punk and, Dolph Ziggler pretty much mostly dominated in that match and dominated Punk until, CM Punk towards the end, started to make a comeback. And as Punk was making a comeback, R-Truth comes in, interrupts, no DQ. Ends the match in disqualification, and as Punk and Miz are fighting, as R-Truth and Miz fighting Punk, Punk's fighting them back, trying to fight him off or whatever. Kevin Nash comes out, gets the jackknife powerbomb to CM Punk. I thought it was pretty cool. I always love seeing Kevin Nash do a jackknife powerbomb, on anybody. Like I said, I like Kevin Nash. I'm a fan of his. I always have been a fan of Nash since I was a child. But, I always love seeing him jackknife, powerbomb anybody. It doesn't matter. So after that, we get to see, after that match, it came back on from commercial. John Cena, talking about Alberto Del Rio and kind of, calling him out, but instead Mark Henry comes and talks trash, and then Christian comes and talks trash. Looks like they're both about to double team John Cena. But then Sheamus music hits. Sheamus runs out the ring, so it says John Cena. He gets a really good crowd reaction and pop from the crowd. And then after that, Triple H makes it official that it'll be the main event between those two guys, Sheamus and Cena against Henry and Christian. But then after that, we get to see, but a little bit before that though, Triple H was kind of like in a backstage segment with Johnny Aurelius or Johnny Ace, and telling him that he's the boss and that he's in charge, because obviously Johnny Ace signed on Kevin Nash without Triple H's permission. So I think it's a little bit interesting to have Johnny Aurelius, the real talent relations consultant, kind of involved in this whole Punk Kevin Nash feud thing. I think that's pretty cool, to have him involved a little bit. Maybe not have him involved. I wouldn't say they should have him involved too much heavily in this whole Punk Nash thing, but to have him, show up here and there, and kind of adds a little extra layer to the, the storyline that they're giving here. After that, we got to see Jack Swagger versus Sin Cara. This was an okay match. Sin Cara kind of, some of the stuff was a little botched, kind of slipped on some stuff, but it was okay. It wasn't terrible. Then after that, we got to see the new tag team champions, Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne, who they just named tonight as a new tag team that would be called Airboom. Sounds kind of gimmicky, but it'll grow on me. So the new tag champs, Kofi and Evan Bourne, or Airborne, successfully defended their tag titles against David Otunga and Mike McGillicuddy. And it was pretty funny if you watch the whole show of how, not the whole show, but during that match, how Jerry King just really buries David Otunga and Mike McGillicuddy. I mean, it's just funny stuff, how he just really buries them. But, this match was probably about 2 or 3 minutes. It wasn't that bad. Kofi did some amazing athletic stuff, and Evan Bourne did too, but I would say that Kofi had most of the highlights during the entire match. Just some really crazy sick stuff. Then after that, we got to see Kelly Kelly fighting against Brie Bella with Eve as her assistant, and all I have to say about that is, wow. At Eve, I mean, wow. And I mean, wow in a good way. Eve looked fantastic. And Kelly Kelly, she looked hot as always as well. But the Bella twins Brie Bella ended up getting the victory on Kelly Kelly with the switcheroo twin magic thing. And then we get to the main event, John Cena and Sheamus versus Mark Henry and Christian. And it was kind of weird seeing John Cena and Sheamus be a tag team together. Like I said, it's still kind of weird to see Sheamus as a babyface. I like Sheamus a lot. I've liked Sheamus since he came into the WWE. But, to see Sheamus as a babyface, I'm still trying to get used to a little bit, because I think he's just such a big stud type of guy that I really can't picture him being a babyface. I can picture him more being as a heel and being better at that than a babyface. But, like I said, he'll probably grow on me as a babyface more. But still, it's just kind of, a little strange seeing those two tag together, especially, throughout, the latter year of 2009 to the beginning and middle of 2010, when Sheamus was like the WWE champion. He was the heel. He was beating up John Cena. But now to see Sheamus, a babyface, and tag team with John Cena, looked kind of awkward. But this wasn't a bad match, actually. This was pretty decent. You had Sheamus and Mark Henry, the two big studs, really, doing the power for power type move thing. Christian was pretty well in this match as well. And, you had John Cena, who's, John Cena. Can't elaborate on that. And, it was one point where Christian had done the spear on John Cena. Thought Christian was actually going to win it. But John Cena kicked out, and John Cena ended up doing not John Cena, but Christian tried to get the kill switch on John Cena. Cena reversed it, pushes him, and pushes Christian into an Irish curse kick from Sheamus. Turns around, walks right into a attitude adjustment from John Cena, and Sheamus and Cena win. And you think, okay, well, maybe that's the end of the show. But they show another backstage segment with Triple H watching the main event match. Punk comes in, and Punk's telling Triple H, so did you make the match official? He's talking to consultants to make the match official between myself and Nash. And Triple H is like, your match with Nash has been canceled. but you will fight at Night of Champions in a one-on-one match, but against me. And I was like, well, then, I mean, a lot of people had pictured, or, thought, since Triple H being the head of the the COO, that it would eventually be, a Punk, Triple H feud, but at WrestleMania. That's what a lot of people were kind of geared towards. But I didn't think that they would do it this soon. So it was kind of, like I said, you knew eventually that Punk and Triple H were going to go head to head, but I didn't think that they would go head to head this soon. I thought it would probably been, Nash and Punk first, and then once Punk was done with Nash, then he moves on to Triple H. But obviously looks like they're going to go with Triple H first. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea because Triple H, I think, is in much better shape than Nash is. With Nash having, jacked up right knee from all the injuries he's had through his career. So that kind of makes sense, really. But, that was kind of like a big shocker. So, like I said, tonight's Monday Night Raw I thought was really good. I rated it a 4 out of 5. And also, too, Triple H had said during the beginning of the show that started from tonight, like here on out, that every Monday Night Raw would be a super show. And he said what that meant would be you would not only get to see Monday Night Raw superstars perform on Raw, but you also get to see SmackDown superstars also wrestle on Monday nights as well with the Raw superstars. And I think that's a really good idea. And some people might not like that because I know a lot of people complain, like, what's the point of having a WWE draft, if they have different superstars cross brands and wrestle on different brands, if they're not going to stay on their respective show. But I think this is a really good idea because right now WWE, they really lack a lot of talent right now. They really do. They really lack a lot of talent. And I think it's good for them to have guys from SmackDown to mix it up with the guys on Monday Night Raw because we can get guys like Sheamus, not Sheamus, but Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes. Although I'm not a big fan of Cody Rhodes, but they're still pushing him. But guys like Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, a Daniel Bryan, or a Justin Gabriel, or even Sin Cara. You can get those guys and have those guys mix it up with guys like Kofi Kingston and Miz and R-Truth and what's the guy that came up with my name? Jack Swagger. Alex Riley. We have those guys from SmackDown mixed up from those guys from Raw. I think it'd be really complimentary to both to the talent because you're taking two mid-card guys from both shows and you're having them to like duke it out. And I think that's a really good idea because this way, it just helps elevate both talents from both shows who have not broken that glass ceiling and that need to kick it up a notch to the next level in their career. So I think this is a good idea to have, every SmackDown superstar, cross brand with, the Raw superstars and fight it out. I think that's a really good idea. And it's definitely got me interested and pumped up for tomorrow's live SmackDown show on Sci-Fi because the superstars from Raw are going to come on SmackDown tomorrow for their special live show. So this is my review of Monday Night Raw. Like I said, again, I give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a good Monday Night Raw. They continued on. They got what they needed to say, to move on with the story of Kevin Nash and CM Punk and Triple H. They need to do what they need to do there. They had a lot of solid matches, all of them clean finishes except the Punk and Miz match, but that was okay because, like I said, the way that match ended, it just kept the fire going, for the Punk and Nash feud thing going on there. So, like I said, I think everyone got, a good amount of TV time. We had good, solid matches tonight. And like I said, pretty good, decent length of matches. We got the story going along. Wasn't too much talking tonight. Everybody needed to do what they needed to do tonight, and everybody got their time that they needed tonight on television. I thought tonight was a really good Raw. Like I said, it's got me pumped and excited for tomorrow's SmackDown. I rated 4 out of 5. Another point I wanted to make too really quick before I go is that I think another reason why Raw was also probably successful, not only because of the less, promos and talking and stuff that they do, but also we didn't get to see much of John Cena. because in times past, most of Raw will be with John Cena, whether we'll see John Cena open up the show with a segment, and then we'll see John Cena later during the show doing a backstage segment, and then we'll see John Cena in the main event match for Monday Night Raw. We didn't get to see much of John Cena tonight on TV, and I think that's really good because, like I said, I think it's really good because like the more time John Cena is like, the less time John Cena has on TV, it gives more time to the other superstars to shine. And I thought that tonight was a perfect example of that. John Cena, like I said, if you watch most Raws from times past, John Cena is seen like throughout the entire show, beginning, middle, and end. We didn't get to see much of John Cena tonight. We only got to see him during like a 5-minute segment on TV, which wasn't bad. And then we got to see him, in the main event match tonight. That's the only time we got to see John Cena during the entire night, and I thought it was perfect. And I think they need to keep it that way and kind of let some other guys, get some TV time. So let me know what you guys think of this review. Let me know if you would like me to do more Monday Night Raw reviews or SmackDown reviews or even pay-per-view reviews. So, yeah. See you guys later. Peace.